Moving on, I would like to invite our next dignitary, Dr. TNC Venkatarangan, the Regional Director of Microsoft and an advisor of APJ Abdul Kalam International Foundation. He is joining us on the platform today. Kindly direct your attention to the screens. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning for everyone on the stage and off stage. It's really a privilege to be part of this event. We are taking science to the young minds, and we will be creating the technology and the science for the future. I want to share just two thoughts that I came through online in the last couple of weeks. One, we all think that science is something that is invented inside all these crores, billions and millions of dollars of lab. And individuals like us, we can't be doing science. Science in the last 10, 20 years have become really, really difficult. It's become all the low-hanging fruits have been invented. Sure. This is something that people have been saying for several centuries, that everything that has been invented is already invented. It's not so. There is so much so that we don't know. Whether you take dark matter, dark energy, or you take what is out there away from our solar system, even fundamental questions as life out there, there are so many things that are yet to be answered. Recently, I came across this article and a video in YouTube by this magazine called Verge, where what they have done is they have gone to a forest nearby in Pennsylvania in the US and taken mushrooms and seen what can we do with mushrooms, Kalam. So we only think of mushrooms or Kalam as something we can eat. But here they just took these are just two individuals, no big scientific background. They just took these mushrooms and thought, what can we do with it? And they thought mushrooms have this mycelium network, the fungi network that actually takes food across to all the other mushrooms and the plants. And they thought, this is a good structure, can we do something with that? They created a brick, or a single, or a kal pannanga in the mycelium network, mushroom vechittu, kalana vechikittu. That brick they found out was really hard. They could dump tons of weight on that single brick done with mushroom. It takes, of course, 10 days for it to grow. But then once it grows, once it solidifies, it actually becomes extremely strong. And this is really good because today 10 to 15% of the pollution in the atmosphere is done by construction, cement, especially both the manufacturing of cement and in construction. But if you can use something like mushroom, which is organic material, which after use, it will actually decompose into the soil. So it's a beautiful idea that people have done, and you can go out and check, just search for the Verge, V-E-R-G-E, the Verge mushroom brick. Search it online in YouTube. You can watch this. It's about 5 minutes video. It's not very technical. You can follow it. Even I followed it easily. So this is a brick that they did. This is something you can do in your house. It's not very difficult at all. There is so much of these sciences that you can experiment in your house and in your schools. And one advantage you have, people have tried many of this about 100 years back when the world was very different. The world is very different today. What didn't work 100 years before could work now. When automobiles first came, it was electrical vehicles 150 years back. But then we went into petrol, and today it's all petrol. But now the world is moving back to electricity, electric cars, electric vehicles, Tesla and all that. This is something that was done 100 years back. So what was done 100 years back could make a comeback, just like in fashion. So please go through the history and also look at all these small experiments that you can do, and you can come up with something that is remarkable, that can change the world. And the second thing I like to leave you with that, this mushroom, this mycelium network which is there, the first time I saw that was in a Star Trek, the TV show that comes in your Netflix and Amazons. There they were talking about using this mycelium network to travel across the galaxy. Of course, this is science fiction, but that was the first time I saw mycelium network. But then to see that being used in a brick is really fantastic, and that's where science is moving. The second thought, lot of investment are going to be going post-COVID onto healthcare and also on environment. Those are two areas that I think you should look at, those who are planning to take science as your major. Look at what you can do in healthcare and in environment. These are two areas, just like IT revolution happened 20, 30 years back in India. I think the next biggest revolution in India is definitely going to be on healthcare, followed by your environment. So look at that. One last thing on the COVID, currently the research, you would have heard about the Pfizer mRNA vaccine that was invented in the US by the Pfizer pharma company. And a lot of Indians have worked on it in the back end, the data analytics part, both in the scientific research on the lab and also on the computer machine learning and artificial intelligence. A friend of mine had worked, this company had partnered with Pfizer to go through 1 million data points. There was like 10 lakh, 1 million data points that came out of the phase 2, phase 3 trials from the Pfizer mRNA vaccine. And that was analyzed by using AI and ML to come up with the results faster so that these vaccines could be taken to people faster. So there is a lot of research happening, whether it is on computers, AI, ML, or on fundamental science, or on space, healthcare. A lot of things are happening. It's a very fascinating time. You have a beautiful platform of information with YouTubes and the other platforms today. Use it, learn it, and I think if Dr. Kalam had been alive today, he'll be extremely happy about what's available online today. The plethora of information that's available today, you would have been extremely happy. And that small contribution to that is today's small satellites. It's not to change the world, but it is to inspire your young minds on how you can do things like this. So I thank the organizers and the entire team who have worked tirelessly on this for the last couple of months for a very successful event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shri TNC Venkatarangan, sir, the Microsoft Regional Director for India and an advisor of APJ Abdul Kalam International Foundation. It was lovely listening to you, and I wish we could go on for some more time. But thank you, sir. Some other time in the future, we'd love to have you back. Over to Mr.